Hey, what is up, everybody? It's Jay Gash coming at you. This is my first ever video that I'm going to upload to YouTube, and I just want to discuss my experiences with cryptocurrency and the mistakes that you can avoid that I have personally made during my time in the cryptocurrency market. So, to give a little backstory, I first bought Bitcoin in early 2013. So for around 800 to $700. So I bought one Bitcoin with all of the money that I had. Now, at the time, Bitcoin was at its all-time high. This was actually, if you look at this was actually the full first bull run right here, which is kind of funny to think about now looking at the price at 53,000, and it was actually in the, you know, the 60,000s, a few weeks ago. So, to preface that, I've been in cryptocurrency for a very long time, ever since the age of 15 or 16. So I got into crypto because I was reading online and I thought it was really cool and it would be a good investment for me as a young man to make money quickly because I saw how much money that Bitcoin was at the time and what it came from to what it was even back then when it was starting at just a few dollars to 800, which is still a huge, huge, huge big win. So I invested my money on Coinbase, which is back then, it was still new, but it was a reputable place to buy from even back then. Ever since then, it's IPO'd on the stock market and has been trading very highly, and people think it's going to go even higher than it is right now. So, just to give you guys a little bit of context on me is that whenever I'm talking about crypto, whenever I'm researching crypto, I have a drink in my hand because one, I like to party, and two, I like to make investments and to make money. So, here's my story. I was a 15-year-old high schooler, wanted to make money, invested in Bitcoin. Bought Bitcoin and I thought about day trading it. So I thought, oh, the price it fluctuates so much that I can trade it when it's a few bucks higher, and then sell buy it when it's a few bucks lower, and then sell it when it's a few bucks higher, and then just keep doing that. I tried that for a little bit, and I ultimately failed. So that's why I personally, if you do not have experience with day trading, I do not recommend that because in the end, you will end up losing. I mean, if you look at the price of Bitcoin right now, if I would have just held that one Bitcoin, I would have had 53K. Anyways, so I bought my first Bitcoin. I was incredibly excited and I was ready to jump into the world of cryptocurrency. Then, like I said, I lost money. I lost money by trying to day trade. So I wanted to find other ways in the cryptocurrency market to make money. So I started doing research and I found altcoins such as Feathercoin, which is completely fallen off the map now, but it was big at the time. It was in the top 10. And other coins as well, such as Litecoin, which was trading around $20 at the same time, which was a lighter version of Bitcoin. It was a little bit it had almost like a better interface at the time than Bitcoin did, and it was more efficient. Uh, it had less fees. So I went on this Bitcoin exchange called BTCE. That no longer exists. That actually got hacked, and everybody lost their money on there. And to this day, probably nobody got their money back on that. Luckily, I was able to get my coins off there at the time, but as the story continues, you'll see my downfall with cryptocurrencies. So I invested in a few coins, and the coins I was impatient, and the coins really weren't doing what I thought they would. They were just losing money, and I wasn't making what I thought I would. I thought I would, it was a get rich quick scheme, which is the same case nowadays. People are investing in cryptocurrency thinking it's a get rich quick scheme, which in many ways it could be, but only if you make smart decisions. So I started exploring more into the cryptocurrency space. So I went on Twitter and I started looking for users who were giving crypto advice. And I thought, oh, these people are doing so well, I could do well too if I listened to their advice. So one of the first people I ever found was Crypto Cobain. Crypto Cobain has been around since December 2013, which aligns with my timeline. He was giving crypto advice back in the day, and he was making a ton of money, a whole gash ton. Okay, and I thought I could do the same as him as long as I listened to his tweets. All of the coins that he would put on his Twitter account were what's considered now pump and dumps, and they were pump and dumps back in the day as well. But I was an ignorant 14, 15-year old, not knowing what was going on. So I was listening to this guy's advice, and I was trading on another cryptocurrency platform called Cryptsy, which also no longer exists. So a lot of the people who were early in the crypto space don't have their money anymore because they were trusting exchanges with their cryptocurrency, which nowadays it's a lot more safer since it's all decentralized with like Uniswap, PancakeSwap. Binance is very established nowadays. Coinbase, obviously. Um, but just to tell you how dangerous it was back in the day with cryptocurrency. So I was on Cryptsy and I was trading and I was looking at all these different Twitter feeds and they would be like, "Oh, invest in this coin. This coin's gonna we're gonna announce a coin and it's gonna go up and we're gonna pump it." So they would tweet the coin price would go up, and then as soon as you buy in, the price just starts falling. So I quickly learned that people out there were scamming you, but I refused to believe it. I thought, in my naive mind, that people were out there to actually trying to help you. So I kept looking around for other people's Twitters that were tweeting about coins. So Crypto Cobain basically kind of screwed me over, and all his friends on there as well who were trading cryptocurrencies at the time and making their own cryptos. I basically lost, probably at least half my Bitcoin. So I was probably at like point 0.5 of a Bitcoin at the time, which was, like $400, $500, depending on the day, maybe even less. So Crypto Cobain ended up tweeting about this guy named Wolong. Now, Wolong is famous. Now, a lot of people don't actually know about Wolong. He was famous for pumping Dogecoin for the first time, actually, in 2014. So Wolong would pump Doge and people would make money off it. Now, most of the people making money off it was him and the people who were associated with him and his trading groups. Now, you would have to pay a significant amount of Bitcoin to actually get into his trading group, and then he would give you inside info, and then you would be able to buy the coin before he would actually tweet it, and then others would buy it where you could sell. So he was running those kinds of schemes. So I thought at the time, now I'm talking about this in the future, but at the time I thought this guy is so good at raising the prices of crypto. Like, this guy must have insider knowledge. He knows what's going on. I didn't understand crypto at the time, so I listened to him. So he would pump Doge. I would buy in. I would lose money. At the time, I was also mining Doge, and even when I was trying to sell the Doge that I mined back in 2013, 2014, I would still be losing money because the prices would drop lower than what they were as the baseline. So this guy, frankly, did make a lot of people a lot of money at the time, but then he became even more of a scammer towards the end. So after everybody was astonished by the way he was able to pump Dogecoin at the time, this is, by the way, one of the first real stories about Dogecoin. And you could do your research on it. This is completely factual, and I actually lived through it. So he thought to himself, let me make my own coin. So he created a coin called Panda Coin. He hyped it up a lot on Twitter. He kept saying that it's going to be a coin that will make you infinitely wealthy and everybody's going to make money on it. There's going to be no losers. He created this coin right here that doesn't even have any data on coin market cap whatsoever. Anyways, people bought in, and at the time there was no decentralized finance, so I actually had to send my Bitcoin to an address in hopes that I would receive Panda Coin back to my Panda Coin wallet, which I did. They actually did send it to me. And they were trading it on this exchange called MintPal, which also doesn't exist anymore. They got hacked or they scammed people, one or the other, because everything was like a scam back then. So they were trading it on there, and you I was an owner of Panda Coin and I saw the price going up. I'm like, wow, Wolong actually is legit. And I'm going to keep holding because I believe in him. Next day, coin dumped, lost all my money. I sold it for a fraction of what I paid. So I put a few $100s in there. And now I was left with basically nothing. And that was the end of basically my cryptocurrency career in 2013 because I was so discouraged by everything that happened to me that I lost an entire Bitcoin based off all of these scammers on Twitter and on other social media sites that they were just looking out for themselves and they didn't care about the other guy. So the reason I bring this story up is because since then I've learned and I've been in the cryptocurrency market. So I took a hiatus from like 2014 after I lost and got scammed out of all my money until about mid 2017 when Bitcoin started doing its first big run. And so I got in there and I found this one coin Link. So I will make another video about Link in another video and my success story with this. But this is my first video talking about my failures in cryptocurrency. Now, I was one of the original Dogecoin miners, and I was mining probably hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a day if you were to equate it to what it's worth today, to running at about 30 cents. And I have nothing because I traded it all to give to this guy for his pump and dump scam. So my warning to everybody else is to be careful with who you trust on social media. You need to do your own due diligence and do your own research on these cryptocurrency coins. You should not invest in pump and dump schemes or coins that are just memes. Now, Doge is an outlier, and some of the other meme coins do well if you get in at the right time, but majority of them will end up screwing you over if they're already on social. The best way to actually make money is to do your own research and look at coins with low market caps and see if they have technology that could, one, enhance the crypto space, make it better, or two, you think that people are actually going to enjoy this coin. You know, it's a good investment opportunity. You can make a ton of money. So I have videos in the future that are going to outline this and how to actually do research into coins where you can make money yourself instead of relying on others, because you should never rely on others to invest in the cryptocurrency space because there's a lot of scammers and a lot of people who have bad intentions. So I'm Jay Gash. Everybody, please have a drink for me. Good luck with investing. And if you love cryptocurrency just like me, hit the like and subscribe button. And I'm going to talk to you later. Gash, guys.